Food unites nations. Food unites hearts, relationships. Food is a key expression for me. Food is my life. I grew up in Connecticut in a really small country town called Durham. Cornfields, cows, and fresh milk delivered to the door every day. I grew up in a Dominican home, half Dominican, half Italian, so obviously a lot of spice of life. I would say my childhood and my palate was very diverse at a very young age. I wasn't allowed to eat like cookies or Twinkies. I had to eat like pickles, pig's feet, cow's tongue, olive loaf. Who the heck wants to eat olive loaf when you're 8 years old? You could imagine in a Latino home how much rice we eat, right? My father would literally just throw down this bag of rice, and there was so much of it, and I had to take each grain of rice and sort one by one, picking out like all the dirty rice, if there's pebbles in there. You just like stand over me and just watch me like this. Maybe I didn't appreciate it being a child or being young, but in retrospect, my father was teaching me a great lesson about discipline and being very detailed in what I do. On the alternative side was my Aunt Carmen, my Tia Carmen, who's my Dominican aunt, and she was really my salvation. She really taught me the passion and the love for cooking, whereas my father taught me the discipline and the nuances and the details. My Aunt Carmen, really one of the biggest figures in my culinary profession. I remember driving in the car to Queens to go visit my Tia Carmen. My brothers and sisters run through my Aunt Carmen's house, bypass the living room, bypass the kitchen, go outside. Meanwhile, I'm literally being tugged in like a tug of war of flavors, aromas of cumin, bay leaf, bacalao, green olives, capers. When it was time to eat and we would sit at this big banquet table, all the food was out, and I would literally sit right next to her like a dog would sit next to his master. Like just the passion of food just emanated through her heart to me. So that was the beauty of my Aunt Carmen. My son he's a great impact in my life. His name is Jacob Elias. We knew that he would have to have surgery down the line, heart bypass surgery, and I think that was pretty devastating. I remember when Jacob came out after surgery, I couldn't even recognize him. He had probably over 50 different tubes in his body. I'm sure he doesn't even know what he's been through. So if he could endure that, I could endure everything, and I could sacrifice whatever I have to for my son. And I take him for brunch. And every week we do a different cuisine, Ethiopian, he's 4 years old. Ethiopian, Italian, Thai. Here, taste some sriracha, have the spicy chili. Like, he doesn't understand, but I'm just like, try it, taste it. And all of a sudden, he's taking the water, he's putting it in the orange juice, he's taking the orange juice, putting it in the cranberry juice. He's like a little mixologist, and then he's like trying to taste it. Maybe the initial reaction was like, stop, but then I'm like, wow, this is just the coolest thing. Like, he's learning how to balance flavor. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So maybe we have a little chef in the making.